Good morning. It's Thanksgiving morning, and I'm doing a quality control walkthrough on John Hathorn's Rayo master bathroom remodel. The blue tape on the floor and on the shower indicates areas of unevenness in certain tiles where there may be some sharp edges that we probably should address, places where you might drag your feet, etc. I have a question about why the toilet was not centered in the room. It certainly is not centered with the upper cabinet, and I'm wondering why that was. It may have been because of an initial door conflict, but since the door is swinging out, I don't know. But the toilet is not centered in the room and is not lined up with the center line of the upper cabinet. There's numerous areas where there's uneven grout lines. As you can see, if you just go down this wall, you can see how the sizes of the grout lines actually change all the way down to where you're going to see a smaller grout line here. Now I'm going to zoom in to show these multiple areas of chips, and this is consistent through many areas of the shower where you can see chip tile along the edges. I'm going to go down to the bench here, but there's numerous areas where we have chip tile edges, and I'm not sure if that's a function of the cutting or just the general nature of the tile. The fixtures don't seem to be lined up. I don't know if that's something that's acceptable, but there is inconsistency in the center line of the shower head. Also, the distance between the right hand valve and the left hand valve seems to be inconsistent. The left one seems to be wider from the center as the right one, and I can't really tell if they're level, but there is a inconsistency in the placement. I'm going down to moving down to the tile edge, where again you can just see just multiple chips in the tile edges from the cuts, and which just don't appear to be acceptable from a quality standpoint, and something we need to figure out how to remedy. The vanity, I'm not understanding how the placement of these outlets was chosen. As you can see, this one hangs over the side. This one is not centered with the cabinet, and this one is in a different position. Also, the width of these niches is off by 1/2 inch. The one on the left side of the bathroom is a 1/2 inch wider than the one on this side, so I'm not certain why that is. Also, this outlet in the right hand niche doesn't appear to be centered. It isn't centered, I'm sorry. So I don't know if that's something that we need to address. Again, in the bathroom here, the outlets are not centered with the placement of the vanity, and that's something that we should probably correct, as well as the distance between the left outlet and the edge of the vanity, and the right outlet at the edge of the vanity. Again, there are some inconsistent grout lines and some sharp edges in the floor, but I think those are something that we can correct by of tiles. My only thought about remedying this curb would be to cut back the curb here to this line right here, to cut it back so it's consistent with this wall. And then we would probably have to replace these 1, 2, 3 floor tiles with full pieces so that they come all the way to the new curb edge. And as you can see, the installation of the tile here, it was that those pieces were fuller pieces and cut. So I believe that we can cut new 18 by 18 tiles and fill this area in so this tile comes straight back to the new wall without having to do any fill here. The alternative would be to create some kind of a little fill like they did under here for the bench. Just a little ribbon around underneath. But I think that if we can replace these floor tiles, these 1, 2, 3, with full pieces that come all the way toward the new curb, that would be ideal. And again, I'm suggesting that the new curb line just comes right to here so that this whole wall, this whole plane is even.